Greetings YouTube, Mr. W here with a very special late night video request from my new buddy M. Jones, who I want to tell you, he left a comment today, melted my heart, like my daily affirmation. He said, Mr. W, you are the best teacher ever. Man, that was overly, superly flattering. You know, I like to tell myself that just to get myself kick-started, but, you know, we all gotta be humble. So, M. Jones, you rock. Just wanted you to know that. Made me feel extra special. And the request was to do a great white shark. So, let's get into the creation station and check it out. Okay, so for tonight's video, we got some black Sharpie and we also have this cool blue crayon, which I found on the floor. So if you find stuff on the floor, just remember, like, it could be a sign that you need to make something, and sure enough, it's gonna come in perfect for this drawing. So this is gonna be extra awesome. A great white shark, we could do them like jumping out of the fish. I mean, I got some ideas I've been playing around with. I wanted to kind of do one kind of like moving and, oh shoot, that's a lizard. Anyway, we're gonna do this bad boy kind of coming across, and he's gonna have that great white section at the bottom. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna start this one kind of in the back. So he's got these back tail fin that's really long. All right, so we're gonna just kind of start on the back end of it. Just get that full spectrum of length there, and just kind of taper forward towards the middle. And then we want to leave a small amount of room, and we want to kind of bring it back. And as we bring it back, we might have to add a little bit down towards the bottom or the top, depending on where we're going to start. We're going to go at the top of him now. And so he's gonna kind of slightly creep upward, and then kind of this rear fin in the back. And we wanna keep that curve going up. So we're gonna move our way up. And then that center fin really curving up, and then just kind of sloping down. And we wanna end in a spot where now we're going to start curving down to the front. And we're going to keep it nice and kind of bumped in the top, and then we're going to kind of get that bump a little curved down toward our nose. Okay, so our nose of our shark is going to be our turning point, and that's where the color is going to start to change, except it's not going to be where the mouth is. So we're going to curve down a little bit more, and then we're gonna sort of work a mouth in here, and that mouth has kind of a vicious turn down. So it's kind of got like a, I'm gonna eat everything sort of mouth expression. Not a big happy I'm smiling expression. More like I'm hungry and I can put a lot of food back. All right, so we're gonna let that kind of carry down a little bit. We're gonna just sort of stop there, and we're gonna come back to this section, but we're gonna start doing the white part of the underbelly that makes the great white, and that's gonna sort of tie everything together. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go about that far. So in line with this top fin is where we're gonna put our arm fin. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that kind of coming out, and then it's gonna come up, and it's not just like a one piece, it kind of has like a little flap that sticks out, just to show how big and burly this guy is. Now we're gonna connect that over inside to the middle, and you wanna give it a little bit of movement, some character. It's not like a perfectly crisp line. Kind of shows sort of the aging nature of the shark. It's pretty cool. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie this all the way up into the tail, and I like to get the tail going a little bit. We're gonna go a little bit inside of it, so that great white's kind of attacking into the tail. And we're gonna keep that bumpy line going right near where that fin and the arm sort of sticks out like an airplane. All right, and there's gonna be some stuff coming out underneath that's gonna connect here, which is why I asked you to sort of take a little pause. Okay, so we're gonna have another sort of fin kind of coming out down below, curving in, and then going towards the belly of our shark. So you're really getting that great white underneath of the shark. Now, this big airplane kind of fin right here, looks like the wing of a plane. If it's going this way, the opposite side of the shark, it's gonna probably be facing down, as if you could kind of like stand up. So we're gonna add, and I can take like an imaginary line, add sort of the front of it right there coming out the bottom. Now, a lot of big shark teeth on the bottom, sharp ones, and then the top ones are up there, but you're not seeing them as much, so they might be a little bit smaller, and that's going to give you the best accuracy as far as how the mouth looks. I even kind of like to sort of extend that, kind of like he's sort of drooling a little bit, looking for them fish. All right, then he's got his eyes. It's going to be kind of where everything sort of bumps together, and kind of looking forward. And then I kind of like to kind of darken like a shadow around the eye, show kind of how big it is. And then it really kind of has this part, it's like I would say it's like a cheek on a human being, but it's a little higher up, where it kind of looks like it tapers in a little bit. So it sort of looks like an eyebrow in this picture, which is kind of cool. It adds sort of that creepy nature of the shark. Just kind of the big monster of the sea. So you can sort of enhance that any way that you would like. So what we're thinking about now is maybe it's like burping, add a few little bubbles. And you know, great white shark's not just gonna make some little bubbles like a fish. So we're gonna put like a whole lot, kind of like he's really guzzling along there. All right, so you can kind of have some fun with, you want it to sort of expand a little bit as it goes up, maybe put a whole bunch of little ones down at the bottom, kind of like a fizzy soda fizzing itself up. All right, and we're gonna have a little bit of our gill markers sort of right in there. Okay. And now we're gonna have a little bit of fun with the blue. So it's gonna be all kind of up here in the top. All right, and this is one of those things where I was just so stoked that I found this on the floor. I have no earthly clue where this crayon came from. I'm imagining, it says, good food, good time, O'Charlie's. And I have not eaten at an O'Charlie's in quite some time. And it's quite possible it wasn't even mine. So thank you, O'Charlie's, for letting us draw on your menus and having this wonderful crayon. It's almost a perfect color for this shark. Now, you might want to go a little grayer with it. And one cool thing that you can do is you could shade with a pencil and do the blue, which I always recommend doing. If you're going to have a shadow or you just want like a slightly darker color, just get a little pencil action in there first, all right? That always enhances your work in some way. I'm gonna keep it simple. We'll save the whole shading for a later lesson. I have this really cool robot where you learn how to shade and color in the same picture. So go ahead and flip this guy over, and I'm gonna use some of the space right here to really go all caps with it. Great white shark. You know, think about how you might want to use the space if you're adding text to your artwork. Go ahead and think about where you want to throw your signature in. And that's our great white shark for tonight. Thank you, M. Jones, for the awesome inspirational comment. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you all have enjoyed our great white shark, and I can't wait to see what we're going to come up with next.